Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, I hope you guys are well and safe. It has now been 18 days since Malaysia has announced its restricted movement order. So all of us here in Malaysia have been staying at home for the past 18 days. Because we are not able to go out, I actually have so much time in my hands, but I never got around to making a video. My mood in doing makeup has been lacking lately, just reading of all the news, you know. Maybe I just got really lazy. I don't know. So I thought today, you know what, I'm gonna sit here, do something productive for myself and maybe for you guys out there as well. I guess this is a good time as any for you guys to maybe sharpen your makeup skills if you want to. I'm actually sitting on the floor using natural lighting with my camera on my bed right now. You know, this is gonna be something casual, and yet I hope you guys can follow through with this tutorial anyways. So let's get straight on with the tutorial. Okay, now that we're up close, I'm gonna start with primer. The primer that I am going to use today is this Smashbox, the original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. This is one of Smashbox's best-selling product, and I personally think that it's actually pretty good. Okay, now we can move on to foundation. The foundation that I want to use today is this one from Fenty Beauty. This is their Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This is in the shade 180, but I think 180 right now might be a little bit too light for me. So I'm gonna mix it with this concealer by Too Faced in the shade Warm Beige, which is a little bit darker than my skin right now. I've used the Fenty Beauty foundation for a couple of times. Not too many times, maybe 2 or 3 times, but so far I really like it. I'm gonna do half of my face first. I like to do that just to see the difference that it makes. Okay, now that we have like a blank canvas, I'm just gonna take my favorite spot concealing concealer, which is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It covers my blemishes so well. I love it. I use it all the time. Okay, and then I'm gonna conceal my under eye and also just proceed to highlighting the high points of my face. So to do this, I'll use the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. It has really high coverage, so a little goes a long way. Now that we have laid that down, of course we have to set that in place, and to do that today, I'm gonna use another Too Faced product, which is the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. This is in the shade Translucent. Okay, now to set the rest of my face, I'm gonna use this Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. And I'm gonna use like a more fluffy brush to do this. Now we can move on to the brows. Today I'm going to use my favorite Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit. I feel like in camera my brows look darker than they really are in real life. Let's just trust the process, okay? Okay, now that we're done with the brows, we can move on to the eyes. Before we start with eyeshadow, I will always put on primer first. You can use any eyeshadow primer that you want, to be honest, but today I'm gonna use this one from NARS. This is the Tinted Smudgeproof eyeshadow base. have no idea what's the weather like at your place, but here in Malaysia these days, you know, one moment it's like clear blue sky and the next it's cloudy storm. So I can definitely see dark clouds coming, so I apologize for the inconsistency in lighting. I hope you guys bear with me. So every time after doing that, I like to set it with whatever leftover powder that is on my powder brush and just pat it on my eye, so this will set that primer in place. Okay, now for my favorite part, which is eyeshadow. I'm just gonna do a very plain brown look. I've prepared myself two choices here. There's this one, the Snap Shadows from Fenty Beauty, and this is number 1. I also have this other neutral tone eyeshadow that's from Etude House. This one is the bakery one. You can either use this or this. I think you can create the same look. I'm gonna use this one from Etude because honestly I love the shimmers in this palette. I'm gonna take this matte brown shade first, then apply that right on the eyelids. I'm gonna go as far as below my eyebrow. Take a smaller brush and apply on the lower lash line. Love to use all these glittery shades in this palette. I think Etude House really nails it when it comes to their shimmery shades. They're like a little bit putty, but that makes the glitter stick way better on your eyelids. I'm gonna take this shimmery shade in the center. Instead of like swiping, I'm gonna pat it on my eyelids first. Make sure you go 2/3 into your eyelid. Leave the last third empty because we're gonna put on a darker shade later on. Okay, we're not quite done yet. I'm gonna take this dark brown color in this palette and apply that on the outer corners of my eyes. So once you have something like that, we can, I guess, move on to mascara. My current favorite eyelash color, and it has been for probably the past 2 years or so, is this one from Shiseido. I know Shimura has a really good one. I bought that one as well, but I think this one from Shiseido fits Asian eyes like mine a little bit better. I don't know. The mascara that I will be using today is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. Next, I'm gonna put on eyeliner. I'm still gonna use my favorite Shimura eyeliner. Not my best piece of work, but this will do. Okay, and then what I like to do lately is putting on this glittery pencil on the inner corners of my eyes. So I have this Play 101 pencil from Etude House. I will put this shimmery pencil here in the inner corners of my eyes and like as closely to my lash line as possible. So even the glue that I use is from Velour, and this falsies that I'm using today, this is from a brand called Wispies. Okay, it has officially started to rain outside, but the show must go on. Okay, so I guess I'm done with the eyes. This is it. I'm gonna move on to contouring. If you are looking for a good face palette, I wanted to let you guys know that Urban Decay has a really good face palette, and it's this one right here. This is the UD Stay Naked Threesome palette. The one that I'm holding right now is in the shade Rise. I'm gonna use the bronzer in here, and because it's so pigmented, I gotta go with a really light hand. Contour is too harsh, don't worry. Just use the powder brush and soften the edges. I wanted to use a brownish blusher to go with this look, but I guess the most brown blusher that I could find in my collection is this Wet n Wild Color Icon blusher. This is in the shade Mellow Wine. To the Stay Naked Threesome palette and use the highlight that's in here. As usual, if you follow most of my tutorials lately, I like to overline my lips just a tiny little bit. To do this today, I will be using this Becca Ultimate Lip Definer in the shade Fearless. You guys probably did not notice it, but I actually took a break for a little bit because it was getting really dark and I just could not continue filming like that. So I literally took like a half an hour break just to get a little bit more sunlight before I continue to film. And then for the lipstick, today I'll be using this Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipstick in Venus. You're not done until you set everything in place. And today I want to use this new one from Fenty Beauty, What It Do. It's not exactly a setting spray, at least that's not how they market it. But it does say that I can use this after makeup, so I'm gonna use this. So that's it. This is the final look. I know it's nothing new or special, but I know that you guys can do this look. It's easy and it's wearable, and I hope you guys can try this out during this time that you have at home. The details about the products used to create this look will be in the description box below. I hope you guys stay home, stay safe, and if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed already, as always, you can click on the subscribe button below, alright? I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys on my next video, inshallah. Bye! I don't understand why my camera refuses to focus on my face. Why? 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 Come on, I'm right here. Why are you doing this to me? Why? My camera is really testing my patience. It has not been focusing all day long. Can you please give me a break?